Hallelujah!
Welcome to ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt, and this is the 2024 ADHD Whiskey Minnesota Whiskey Elite Advent Calendar. 25 videos in 25 days. Over the course of my relationship with the Minnesota Whiskey Elite, which is totally non-sexual, I've been able to complete the 25-day calendar every year. Am I concerned that 2024 is the year that I fail and can't complete this calendar? Yeah, obviously. It's a concern. It's a big concern. But as long as everything goes right, this fat Santa-looking son of a bitch will guide your whiskey tasting sleigh tonight for 25 nights in a row. If you're new to this advent calendar thing, this is how it works. I have a box behind me provided by the Minnesota Whiskey Elite. They made a bunch of those boxes for their members, plus 50 of them for my patrons. Inside that box, 25 samples. They're labeled 1 through 25, so I will taste the corresponding sample to the day of the month. Just like a 1 ounce Wednesday, I'll blind taste that sample, I'll review it, give it a score, and at the end of the video, I'll reveal the day's pour. And since you clicked on the first video of the month, you literally, and by literally I mean legally, you signed a contract, a verbal contract, with your finger, that you're gonna watch all 25 videos. Don't make me seek legal counsel to find you and penalize you for not watching them. Just do it. Just do it. Watch them all. So if you're ready for fun, I think it's time to get in to day number 1. Sample 1. America. By the way, shout out to Mark Beal for sending me this green Glencairn glass. Opened up my P.O. box one day and there arrived a package. Thank you, Mark Beal. Giving this whiskey a little bit of an SJ in the glass, a swirl job, a spin job, a Santa job. Hopefully Mrs. Claus is in for a good Santa job tonight, if you know what I mean. Ding! Day 1 Advent on the nose. That smells very good. That smells very nice. It smells so good. Bourbon. I'm gonna go with bourbon. There's like a burnt caramels, like a, what do you call it? It's like a, damn it. First day, Matt. Let's think of words. Day number 1. You can do this. Shit. Dolce Deluxe? No. Dulce? No. Let's just go with the nice burnt caramel. A nice toasted caramel. Ooh, now diving into the glass, I'm not sure if it is the color of the glass, or maybe possibly my nose playing tricks on me, but slightly minty, a possible hint of mint. There is a little bit of oak here, a little bit of oak in this glass. Part of me wants to sway my judgment and say that this is a rye whiskey, but the other part of me, the smarter, more confident part of me, is sticking with bourbon because that's what a confident, smart person would do. They wouldn't change their mind just because other evidence was presented. Maybe a hint of nuttiness here. I wouldn't go full on peanut, maybe more in the walnut range. It's like a sticky pecan bun, you know what I'm talking about? It's a bun with like, you know, pecans and stickiness sitting next to something very minty. The mint kind of like snuck in a little bit through the wrapper, but doesn't make it minty in itself. It just makes it minty by way of association. I do like the smell of it. I do enjoy the nose. Let's put it down the chimney and see how she goes. Oh. Oh, what is that? That is a very pleasant pour. Seemingly pretty low proof. I'm gonna go sub 100 proof on here. We're not gonna go into the 80s. It's in the 90 proof range. After tasting it, my confidence regarding its bourbonness has elevated. I'm quite positive that this is a bourbon. The source of this bourbon, however, is throwing me for a bit of a loop because I can't quite hone in on its profile enough. The pecan profile I was picking up on the nose transitions to the palate nicely. It's like a pecanachino. There's a little bit of coffee, like a creamed coffee with like a pecan creamer in it. That's sort of what I'm picking up on right now. Did I have spicy ramen for dinner? Sure did. Did that throw my palate off a little bit? Probably not, but also quite possibly. That could have happened. We don't know. Although it is sweet, it's not a candy sweet or a fruit sweet. It's like if the color brown were sweetened, like an assortment of sugared nuts. If there were any berry influence on here, it'd be more towards possibly a blackberry. I'm not getting any red fruits on it. Final sip, and then we're gonna give this baby a score. Final sip is coming across as the most underwhelming sip. It is pretty thin. This is a good pour and it will receive a good score, but the more I was tasting it, the more I was realizing that this probably isn't anything super special. There are some nice oak qualities. It does have some great quintessential bourbon flavors. I could see myself grabbing a bottle of whatever this is to sip on if I was, I don't know, in the mood for something extra low proof that didn't need me or require me to think about it too much. It's just a solid sipper. And for that reason, day number 1 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite Blind Whiskey Tasting Advent Calendar. The first sample receives a score from me of 7.2. 7.2, it is good. Now time for the big reveal. 25 envelopes. So many. Number 1, day number 1 of the Minnesota Whiskey Elite ADHD Whiskey Blind Advent Calendar we were drinking. Michter's Small Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon, 91.4 proof. I don't remember the last time I had this. It's been a while though. It's definitely been a while. That, honestly, tastes better than I remember. That's not a bad start to the calendar. I'll take that every day. I'll take that every day. Welp, 1 day down. That's 1 day down. Only 24 more to go. What pores lie deep inside this wooden box? I don't know, but we're gonna find out over the course of December. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Otherwise, naughty list for you, you son of a bitch. And leave a comment down below. What is on your wish list for gifts this Christmas? If you put it in writing, it might come true. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind. I'm getting the little rascally thing out. The elf on the shelf. You gotta get it ready. You gotta get the elf ready. The elf has gotta come flying in from the North Pole tonight or last night, and the elf has got to do his shenanigans. So be prepared for the elf to do that. The elf on the shelf, when you wake up, it'll be there doing things that your kids will laugh about. So hopefully your elf is prepared and ready to be there so they don't cry. Anywho, see you tomorrow for day number 2. Love you all. Good night.